back to the spider's web, and we're finishing off this guy today. Finished, completely finished. This is it. This is the final video in the series. It's taken 7 to get this fella done. Wow. I'm hoping it's not going to take as much to do the rest of them. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to painting fairly soon. As I said, with shaky hands at the moment I can't really do the details, so I'm not bothering. As I said in the last video, so I'm down to an inner ear issue I have, so once I can get that under control, then I can start painting again and bring you some more videos. So as I said, we're going to be finishing off this guy now, doing the all the jewels, and I think that's really it for this one. I'm just doing an ultra highlight on top of the gold winged thing there, and the text on the, I don't know whether you can see that, the text look on the, oops, there we go, on the scrolls and the book. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll try not to make the others last as long as this particular series. So when we come back, I shall be doing another one of the Space Marines, and fingers crossed, it will be very, very soon. Okay, so enjoy the video, and I'll see you soon. Back, and as you can see, the arm is glued on quite nicely. So let's have a think of what other colours we're going to be using for our little Uji excuse me, our little jewels. What did we use on our first one? Tell you what, how about something a little different? Let's have a look. I don't know whether I used this on the other one or not, I can't remember. But he's packed away somewhere nice and safe. We can use Sotec Green. And we'll pop some of that on our palettes using a brush way too small for the job, but never mind. It's not a brush that I'm going to be using, so not to worry. Let's get our fine detail brush, and we'll put these on the jewels on his shoulder pad here. Like so. It could be like a turquoise. Okay, that's one done. I'll just get the back one done now. Exactly the same way. Dum-de-dum-de-doo. Make sure all the silver paint we had on earlier is covered. One thing we really don't want to do is have any of that showing. Okay, so there's that one, and now it's just the ones on his gauntlet. and I think those can be emerald. How about that? And we'll do that with Warboss green. I'm saying emerald, it could be some other what do you call it, some other precious stone, but I'm saying emerald because it's only the one, that's the only one I can remember that's green, to be honest with you. And we'll just do this like so. Again, making sure all the silver has been covered. That, and there's only one on this side. So we'll do that one the same. And for the ones on his hands, I think we'll do yet a different colour. Pimp my librarian. Okay, I've just realised that again I've missed that one on his back, so I'm going to have to go over that with the red again, but not to worry. So we'll just quickly do that now. And using the Evil Sun Scarlets, it's just a quick try not, unlike what I've done, try not to get it on the wings. I just had a major hand tremor, and unfortunately I got paint where I don't want it, but that is not to worry because we're going to be, I haven't highlighted these wings yet, so I can always disguise it from that. Okay, and now oh, what colour can we do the other one? Yellow. Okay. And these are only small ones on his hand. As you can see, what I'm going to do is turn it round. Oh god, I've just got yellow paint everywhere where I don't want it. Oh heck, I hate it when that happens. Never mind. I'll have to try and go around it a little later. But I'm not even going to attempt to try and highlight those because they're too small. And it's just a case of put a dab of yellow on them. Alright. Alrighty then. Now what I want to do is go to black and touch up those tube things we did with the white and yellow, and it's going to be that part there, and that part and on this side it's that. That will do. I haven't done that. Oh, you fool, Stephen, you fool. And when you see now I've done the first one, I can do that off camera later on. Let's crack on with highlighting the jewels. Okay, so for the red ones we're going to be using orange, and we'll put a little bit down just down the middle on this small one and across the bottom of it, because you can't really see that one terribly well. I've just realised there's another one there that I've missed. Oh dear, oh lord, these red ones, pain. Okay, so I'll do this one now. Oh heck, oh heck, oh heck, oh heck, oh heck, oh heck, oh heck. Oh heck. And furthermore, oh heck. I'm sure they just keep putting them on after I've finished. I'm sure that wasn't there beforehand. Yeah, I know it was. But they just seem to appear out of nowhere. There we are. So there's the red one there. Done. Okay, just rinse my brush out. And let's get back to the orange. What I'm going to do as well while I've got this out is I'm going to go around the outside of the purity seals. Like so. And there's another one there as well that I will do. Okay, so right, what we're supposed to be concentrating on is the, just find an area to put this, the jewel. So what we'll do is we'll put a line down that side and along the bottom of it, and we'll do the same again to that one. And again to the one on the eagle here at the top. Is that all for all the red jewels, other than the one in the back here that I've only just done? Oh, can you see that? Oh, it doesn't show much, but it's enough. Okay, next we will use to highlight the green gems, scorpion green. I don't think there's many green gems, is there? No, there's just these ones here. So we'll just do a line and on the bottom. and once more. Basically what we're doing is cutting the jewels in half and then just rounding the bottom of the jewel. And with this one there's only one, and I'm looking towards where the light would be rather than doing them all in the same area. So I'll do this side here where the light is hitting. Yep. And next we have the turquoise ones, and for that it's going to be a mix. We're going to be doing a mix of the Sotek green in with, I've got some Sotek green out on the palette anyway, so I'll mix that. And I'm going to use another brush to do on the mixing because I don't want to be ruining these new brushes. So I'll get some white, a little bit of white, and that's not the okay, so hopefully we can get this done with that little bit that I've mixed. Just pop that to one side. In fact, I'll just give it a bit of a rinse and put it to one side, and then for these we'll go this side. You might be able to see what I'm doing here with this one because it's a much lighter colour. What I could do with though is more fluid paint. There isn't enough paint. There's not enough fluid paint there to be able to use adequately. So I'm going to mix a big dollop of it. Looks a little better. Just going to mix some water with it so it stays fluid, and hopefully this will be a better one to use. Okay, I'll try and get a little closer so you can see and adjust. There we are. And round the front here it will be this side that gets done. There we are. And finally what we want is just a little dot of white along the top of each of the gems, just a small little dot. Just to give it that little bit of a sparkle. There we go. I'll try and do it on these, but I don't think you're gonna see. No, not really. And just there, at the top there, at the top there, and at the top there. There we go. And while I've got the white out, I'll just I'll start that again. If I get there quick enough, I can rub out with the mistake I've made, but I've not got there quick enough again. So I'll ignore that for the time being and come back to it a bit later. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is highlighting that little eagle wing crest on the back there, and then apart from that pipe, that is it for this model. I'm just going to take the gold, the auric armour gold, and take it along that edge, a few little spots of it down the tips of the wings, and that's it. Now, so the next thing I want to do is go over each of the gems with PVA glue and then sort that out, but I will do that off camera because you've seen me do it before. It's a simple matter. I'm just going to cover up the black, and then when I say cover up the black, I'm going to cover up the white that I've messed up on this black rather, and then I can make a start. But I'll show you quickly what I mean with the PVA. It is just, in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos, don't use a good brush for this. Seriously, don't. It will knacker up your brushes. So that's what I'm going to use. One of my scabby old brushes. It's a fine brush, but you just get your PVA on the tip of your brush and basically brush it over your jewel. You know, very simple, very easy, and when it dries it will give a very shiny look to the parts that you put it on. I may as well do them now while I'm here. And the other thing with some of these is, depending on what you're doing with it, you may need to put a lot more of the glue or the PVA on the model, and then you'll have to put the model drying in such a way that the PVA doesn't start dripping off it. But like I say, for this it's just a little bit that we need, not a great deal, and it's just to give that glassy look to these gems. And there you go. That is the... I'm just going to paint it all across there, that should do. So that is the Librarian finished. If you wanted to, you could go along and put little black squiggles on these scrolls and in the book. In fact, why not? We'll do that as well when we're here. So what we need to do is get some black. On our brush. We don't need a great deal, but we need a little bit more than that. And a little bit of water just to keep it moving, and quite simply, with a steady hand as you've got, just, if you can see that, what I need to do, I think, is shake up some of this black and then get a bit more on the brush. That's better. Seems a little bit thick, which might have something to do with it being a base paint rather than a layer paint, but adding just a little bit of water to it can make all the difference. So let's try again, shall we? And we pretend you're writing something. And we can do the same over here on the book. You may not be able to see it terribly well on camera, but it's there. You just have to keep rinsing your brush out and drying it off, because you may get a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for, a little bit of caking on the end of the brush. And it's just try and do as squiggly lines as you can. Oh yeah, you see that, and that's the scroll there. You could, if you wish, go the whole hog and do all the purity seals as well, but I'm not going to. Mind you, one thing we can do, I've just thought, using the, where is it now? Runefang steel, which is, oops, where are we? There. Yes, are we focused? There we are. Using the Runefang steel, we can just do little lines at the top of this blade, and the bottom on both sides, front and back. Oh yeah, and it gives it that sheen. And this again I'm going to have to shake up a little bit. fact, I may have to add some water to this. It's a bit thick. I'm not getting the flow that I really require for this thing, but and here. There we are. I'm hoping you can get that on camera. Okay, so now I just leave it, let the glue dry over the gems, and I'll get that pipe done, and you'll see the finished article a little later. Okay, so that's all there is for doing this. As I said, just match the pipe up to that one, match that pipe to that. Simple matter. So we'll do that one off, as I said, I'll do that one off camera, and when you see it again, it will be all finished and possibly in play. You never know. Okay, so that's the Librarian for Space Hulk. Hope you've enjoyed these videos, but until next time, take care, God bless, and bye for now.